Okay, welcome everyone. It's Sama Nafshi. We're exploring the mitzvah of Bircas Kohanim today. It's Yom Shlishi. Parshas Bo. Ezrat Hashem. And the first thing we're going to do is take a look at the pasuk in Devorim. This is a pasuk, Perik Yud, pasuk Yud Zayin. Yes. Page Samak Vav. That's a member. Sorry. I don't need to go back to Cheder. I just need to get my glasses.
Which pasuk was it?
Pasuk Yud Zayin.
That's Bircas.
Oh. One second. That's not the right pasuk. Not the right pasuk. No, it really is Perik Yud.
Okay, that'll be Perik Yud, page 9.
That'll be page 9. Okay.
Page 9. What? Page 9. Last line.
Okay.
That's what you want?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, here we see. Yes. Okay, so this is the pasuk. Okay, Moshe Rabbeinu is speaking to Klal Yisrael, and he says, Ki Hashem Elokeichem Hu Elokei Hu Elokim Adoni Adonim. Hashem, He's the one. He is Hashem, and He's Elokeichem. He's your creator, and your sustainer, and your provider, and your supervisor, everything that you could think of. And He's Elokei Elokim. He's the one who's in charge of all the forces. Elokim is strength, power. Like a judge is called Elokim. Elohim. You say Elohim because you don't mean Hashem, you mean a judge. Adoni Adonim, and Adon also. Adon, what is Adon? Adon just means master. He's the master of all the masters, and now we say the three appellations. Akel, Agodol, Agiva, Anoiro, that we say in Shemona Esrei. So Hashem, Moshe Rabbeinu called Hashem these three appellations. That's that Gemara and Brachos that we looked up. We say those and no more. Asher lo yisafanim v'lo yikach shochad. And of all the things that we say about Hashem, we say in the pasuk that He is not lo yisapanim. What does it mean, lo yisapanim? This is translated as that He does not show favoritism. What's favoritism? Favoritism means favoring one person over another.
Without cause.
Without any good cause. Without any good cause. As if it's a good cause, then it's not favoritism. Uyisaponim. This is the expression that's used in terms of a judge. A judge is lo yisaponim. That was one of the requirements that Moshe Rabbeinu was given by Hashem to pick a judge. He doesn't play favorites.
So this extends to Jews and non-Jews, good people, bad people.
Well, let me ask you a question. If Hashem shows favoritism towards Klal Yisrael against the Umas Olam, is that called favoritism? Would that be called favoritism?
Depends on who you're asking.
Depends on whether it is or not. Is it favoritism? No. Or, I'm sorry, it is. It is. Because you're saying that because he's a Jew, Hashem is favoring him as opposed to a non-Jew.
Right. Yeah.
Isn't that favoritism?
We haven't done anything.
Of course, it's favoritism.
We haven't done anything to deserve it.
Yeah. Right. I mean, assuming that that's so, that we haven't done anything to deserve it. Okay? So, lo yisafonim, Hashem doesn't show favorites. But lo yikach shochad, he certainly doesn't take a bribe. Okay? That is what this says in this pasuk over here. Now,
which also means then that if we say a bracha, we're not saying a bracha. We're not saying to Hashem, I'm going to say a bracha to thank you because I want you to continue being good to me. I'm saying thank you because I really do appreciate what you've already done. Whatever you do in the future, well, that's up to you, but whatever you do in the future, that's up to you, and I'll have to accept it, but for what you've already done, thank you. Otherwise, you're bribing.
right. You're supposed to do mitzvahs because that's the commandment. Not because you'll get parnasa for it, or you'll get recognition, or even you'll get olam haba for it. You're supposed to do mitzvahs because that's what Hashem commanded you to do. That's right. That's right.
I would venture to say...
And you thank Him because that's what He's done for you.
I venture to say that most people would not think that way. I don't think I'm going to thank Hashem because I want Him to continue to be good to me. Because
well, but that's okay because at that point you are acknowledging the good He's done. Okay? And by showing that you acknowledge it and appreciate it, you're hoping to get more in the future.
Excuse me, I've got to wipe this. It's got some honey or something on the cover.
But you're acknowledging the good that Hashem has done, and not taking, by thanking Him, you're not taking it for granted. You're expecting it to come. You're saying, I really have to appreciate what you've done for me, and in the schools of thanking you for what you've done for me, you will continue to do good for me.
We saw in the Modim prayer, in the Modim D'Rabbanan. We saw. You want to refer back to that again. This question. Says over here. Brachos valdos l'shimcha gadol, blessings and recognition, acknowledgement and thanks to your great name, holy name. Al she'achisanu v'kiam tonu, on this that you have kept us, that you have created us, and you have sustained us and kept us alive. That's obviously going. That's thanking Hashem on the past, what you have done. And then we say, Cain, while we're on the subject, Hashem, of recognizing and acknowledging that you are the source of our creation. This is why we're here, because you created us. And we continue to be here because you continue to sustain us. While we're on that subject, Hashem, Cain l'chayenu, we make a request. Please, just as you have done in the past, Hashem, we make a request. Cain l'chayenu, uzkamenu. Continue to give us life and to sustain us. So there are two separate ideas. There's thanking on the past, and there is requesting on the future.
But it's a request. It's not a demand.
No.
Okay, but the point is that the point is like this. A person, when he thanks for the past, when he thanks Hashem, he should have in mind, I'm thanking you for the past, Hashem, and that's what I'm doing over here. I'd like you to continue to do so. Okay, I have an opportunity to do that as well, and I'm going to do that as well. I have plenty of opportunities in the davening most of the prayers that we say in our Shemona Esrei are requests for the future, not thanking for the past or praising Hashem for who He is or anything of that sort. So we don't need to say that we thank Hashem and we have in mind, yes, I'm going to thank Hashem and then He's going to do the same thing for me. He's going to continue. Don't think of it like that. Don't think of it like that. Don't think of it like that. What's true appreciation? For what you've done. I want to make a request of you, Hashem. I want a request. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to thank you for the past. No. Thank for the past, because that's what Hashem did. The future, you can request. You can request. You don't have to be ashamed of requesting. Hashem wants us to request. He's not like a person who says, "Oh, he's asking me again. Didn't he ask me last week? Didn't he ask me last month? How many times is he going to ask me? Give out. Leave me alone. Go take care of yourself." Hashem doesn't say that. He wants us to, every single day He wants us to daven for everything that we need. He doesn't tire.
But that's different to saying because.
So I'm agreeing with you.
So
be genuine about the thanking.
Because I'm thanking you, then I want you to now to continue.
Not because. I'm doing this thing, and then I'm also doing that thing.
It's different. It's different to bribing.
This is over here, and this is over there.
If you
It has nothing to do with bribing. It's not bribing.
No, but I mean, if you.
I owe thanks to you. I owe recognition and owe acknowledgement. And I'd also like to request on the future as well, which you allow me to do in your great chesed, because you're not like human beings that get tired of being asked all the time.
Right. But what I'm saying is that if you're not saying, in other words, you're not saying, I'm thanking you in order that you continue to help me.
Right.
That's bribing.
Okay.
But what you're saying is that it's not bribing. It's a request. A request is not a bribe.
I'm not sure that I'm getting through.
Yes, you are.
Let me try again.
No, you're getting through. You're right.
This is over here, 3 billion miles in that direction. That's over there, and 3 billion miles. They're totally separate.
Mm-hmm.
They happen to be next to one another in the davening, but in our minds, they're totally separate.
Mm-hmm.
We are genuinely thanking for what we have received, and we acknowledge that it comes from you, Hashem. We got it not because of what we did necessarily at all, but only because of what was written in Shemayim. In your Chesed, you wrote that's what we're going to get. We acknowledge this. We thank you that you're the source. That's over there.
That's one point.
That's over there.
Right.
And when we don't, my point is, we don't need to think in our mind, if I don't, my idea is that if I don't do that, I'm not going to get any more in the future.
Right. That's what you're saying.
Why,
You're right.
a person doesn't, I don't, okay, so maybe now I hear what you're saying.
If you don't show the appreciation, it's chutzpahdik to ask for more.
Okay.
And I think that's what I said. If you don't show the appreciation, if you don't, that Hashem is, for everything that Hashem has given you, to stop and ask for, you can't ask for more without at least being thankful for what you've gotten already.
Okay. Okay, but that doesn't mean that
It's not a
I'm
bribe.
thinking of I don't. That doesn't mean that I'm thinking of asking Hashem because if I don't, I have to not because I'm thanking Hashem, because if I don't thank Hashem, I'm not going to get any more. We don't need. My point is, we don't need to think like that. All we need to do is we have to acknowledge that Hashem is Adoni.
Right.
The Avraham says that He is the source. He is our Adon. He's the one who's in charge. He's the one that decrees what we have, and that's that we have so much good. We acknowledge it, and as far as that's not has nothing to do with bribing. There's no bribing. There's no bribing. That's what we should do. Why should we do that? Because really we should, and it's not only that it's not simply an act. When we thank a person, we say, oh yeah, I have to remember to thank him, because I don't really feel thankful to him, but I do have to call him up and thank him, because if I don't, I'm not going to be able to get a favor again. True, that's the way it is with other people. That's sort of like the procedure. We don't really feel so thankful. We're already thinking about other things that we need. Already that we got, we don't think about that anymore because we already got it. We don't really feel thankful for it. Now we have to worry about other things that we don't yet have. So we don't really feel thankful. It could also be by Hashem. We don't feel thankful so much. Oh, but we should think that we have to say these words though. Because if we say these words, so then those words will have their effect. Okay, that's the way it is. But what we're saying is that the words should come from a true feeling. They should really be. They're a symbol of our true feeling. That's the way we feel, and we're showing this appreciation.
Yeah, I don't want
for what we did.
I don't want to go into this topic.
Okay.
This next topic, but I just simply like to point out that this is related to this discussion is related to the formula for a bracha. Blessed art thou, O Lord, our God. I think it's related to that, but I don't want to diverge from that.
Yes. Okay, we're not going to diverge. Okay. So what did I bring this for? So we see Hashem does not show favoritism. Lo yisafonim. So on that we had the question of our missing Kohen. But that's the bracha of Bircas Kohanim. Yisa Hashem panav elecha v'chunek v'yasem l'shad v'yasem l'cha shalom. Hashem should yisafonim to us, to the Jewish people. Yasem l'cha shalom, and give us shalom. So this is a very, very good question. It's a very good question indeed. The question is, let's just speak out the question. If Moshe Rabbeinu said that Hashem is not Yisafonim, and that's one of his, and that's a good thing. That shows the yashrut, the fairness of Hashem and the straightness of Hashem. He doesn't play favorites. Hashem doesn't play favorites. If so then how is it proper? How can it be that we have a pasuk that the Kohanim are commanded to bless the Jewish people by saying Hashem should show you favoritism? Isa Hashem paneh b'elecha. Okay, let's now turn to the Gemara in Rosh Hashanah. Gemara in Rosh Hashanah on Daf Yud Zayin Amud Beis. Daf Yud Zayin Amud Beis. Now, how do we find where this is? One way to know is to have prepared the Gemara and you know where it is. But if you didn't do that, there's a shortcut. The shortcut is, take a look in Masoras HaShas. Masoras HaShas will tell us where this Gemara, will show us the Gemara that we're looking for. Doesn't say it. Brachos it has, Nida it has. We're going to look at those Gemaras, but it doesn't mention over here about Rosh Hashanah.
In the version the edition I've got, where it's got the full psukim on the side,
yeah,
you can figure out where the reference into the Gemara is.
Should be the time.
It is. It's 5 lines up from the bottom. 6
There
lines
it
up
is.
from the bottom.
Yeah. So,
Toshma. Toshma.
now here you have. So here you have a Masoras HaShas that did not list the listing, even though you see there's a base. Is there a base when you take a look at in the first word in the line?
Yep.
Asher. Yep. There's a base. Mm-hmm. See that base? That base refers you to Masoras HaShas. Now, for some reason, they didn't. It listed the other two Gemaras that we're going to look at, but not this one.
Right, because it's here already. You wouldn't list this one.
Oh, that's right. So that's not that. That won't work. Okay, that will not work. The only thing that, so the only thing we could do is take a look for the pasuk. Okay. So now, what does it say over here? Toshma. Sheila Uluria Hagioris as Reuven Gamliel. Okay. So there was a Gioris. Hagioris. I have here on the bottom. She was a queen, and she underwent conversion together with Ovadia. That's referring to Ovadia Hanavi, whose prophecy is prophesying on his nation Edom and their downfall, which we read in Parshas Toldos, I believe. Is the prophecy of Ovadia. It can be found in Sefer Treyasrei.
But they're not at the same time. Reuven Gamliel and Ovadia are not at the same time. They're almost 1,000 years apart.
Yeah, interesting. How does that work? Good question. Okay, we'll leave it on the side. Okay, so, and also over here it says that we have to say that this question was asked before she underwent her Gioris, because b'vadai la'achish nizgaru lo haisa omeris b'toraschem. Okay, so it says the Ben Yoyo. Right, let's see what it says. Akopon. Toshma sheila beloria hagioris as Reuven Gamliel. Siv b'toraschem. It's written in your Torah. So the Ben Yoyoda says this must have been before she underwent conversion, because she wouldn't have referred it to your Torah after she was Megayah. Then she's part of the Jewish people. It's her Torah too. So in any case, it says in the pasuk Asher lo yisaf anim, that Kodesh Baruch Hu does not play favorites. and that means with any person, and that means even favoring a Jew over a non-Jew. That would be favoritism because he's a Jew. So that's the question. Uksiv, and on the other hand, we have a pasuk that says, Yisa Hashem Panov Eilecha. That's the third pasuk of Bircas Kohanim. So from that pasuk, it would seem that we're asking that Hashem do this, show his favoritism. Okay, fine. So let's see what he answered her. What's the answer? Paula, Rabbi Yossi Cohen.
Yossi answered that?
Let's see, there's Rashi over here on this word nitpal. There is no Rashi. Yeah, he got involved over here. Nitpal. He got involved somehow. And he said like this, Nitpal lo Rabbi Cohen, Rabbi Yossi Cohen. And he's a Cohen. So he says this every day. Amar, he said to her, Emsholach mashal. Let me tell you a mashal. Lamad davar domu. To what can this matter be compared? La'adam shenoshe b'chavero mana. So person lent his friend a mana. The kavaloi zman b'fnei hamelech. The kavaloi zman b'fnei hamelech. In other words, they fixed the time. He fixed the time for when it should be repaid in the presence of the king. And the borrower swears to the lender in the name of the Melech that he's gonna, you don't have to worry, he's gonna pay back. The time came and he didn't pay up. Okay, so now what? This is nicht good. Not only did he not do what he agreed to do, but he made a shvuah. He made a shvuah in the name of the Melech. So he invoked the honor of the Melech in his assurance that he's going to pay back, and on the basis of that assurance that using the name of the Melech, the guy lent him the money. And now he doesn't pay it. So that's a pigia. That is that's an affront to the honor of the king. So what does he do? He goes to try to be mafias, to try to
calm down,
appease. They say pius. Like when you go on Erev Yom Kippur to be Lefayas Chaver that you didn't do nicely to him. What's Amar Loi? He says to him, Elboni Machulach Lech Ufayas Es Chavercha. The king says, as far as my elbone is concerned, elbon is shame. As far as my shame and embarrassment is concerned, that I suffered here, macholach. I mocha you on that. But you have somebody else that you have to go to. Lech ufayas is chavercha. What you have to do is go and speak to and try to appease the one that lent you the money, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Because I, the Melech, I can't do that for you. You have to do that. So now, what does this have to do with Bircas Kohanim? Says Rabbi Yossi, Hachanami. So too over here. So too over here. Kan, Baverus shebein odom lamakom. Kan, Baverus bein odom lechavero. Okay, as far as this pasuk of Yisa Hashem Pano Velecha, which is mashma that's the question that we're asking on that pasuk. We're asking on this pasuk. How can there be a pasuk Hashem should be Yisa Panim to you?
That's Shebein Odom L'makom?
That is Baveris Shebein Odom L'makom. So what? A person did something to Hashem, and Hashem, that's an aver bein odom l'makom. What did he was not careful with the kashrus, let's say, right? That's an avera of bein odom l'makom. He did an avera. He wasn't careful with kashrus, he wasn't careful with shatnez. Okay, so that's a sin not to another person, it's a sin to Hashem. So let's say he does tshuva. So Hashem says he's mochel. He's mochel on that. He's mochel on that. He's mochel on that. He's mochel on that. Did he do tshuva? He did tshuva. So what does that mean? Hashem is showing favor to him to forgive him on the avera that he did to him. Okay. Yisa Hashem Panav Eilecha. That's what he says. Yisa Hashem Panav Eilecha is in regard to what's between a Jew and Hashem, or between Okay. Kan. That's what this pasuk says in Bircas Kohanim. Hashem should be Yisa Panim and forgive you when you do averas bein Adam l'makom. But when it comes to averas shebein Adam l'chaveroi, that's this other pasuk that we saw in Akiv, that Hashem says he's not Yisa Panim. He's not Yisa Panim. He doesn't do favoritism. He doesn't play favorites. There's been a person borrowed money from somebody and he didn't pay it back. Hashem says to pay back your debts, but it's not only an avera to Hashem. It's also an avera to the. It's called an avera which is bein adam l'chavero. because it involves the Avera that the person did caused a fallout to another person. Put it like that. Put it like that. So you ask Hashem to be mochel you. It's very nice that you ask Hashem to be mochel you, but it has nothing to do with your friend. Right. So that is what Hashem says. Lo yisafani. He's not going. He's not going to forgive you because you have to go to the person. He cannot forgive the avera that you did, which caused the fallout to that other person. So you have to go and be mefias the person, and that's the din, of course, that is brought in the halacha, it's all in the Mishnah Berurah on Yom Kippur. A person cannot achieve a tshuva and a mechila from Hashem for an avera that he did until he goes to Chavero and he asks for forgiveness and appeases his friend. Okay? So that's what Rabbi Yossi said. Rabbi Kiva, then along came Rabbi Kiva, and he said something else. Is that clear so far? That's Rabbi Yossi's understanding of these two psukim, how they go together. So according to the way he's explaining, so the Siyas Panim is not at all showing favoritism to Jewish people over the non-Jewish people. That's not at all what it's talking about. It's talking about the mitzvahs of Beinon L'Makom. Says Rabbi Kiva, Han Kodem Gezar Din. Here, the pasuk that we're asking on, generally, when you're learning Gemara, and it says over here, Khan this, Khan that, you don't know what Khan is referring to. It's not referring to Con Edison. So what's it referring to? It could say Khan, it could say Hacha and Hassam. Also, no help at all. What's Hacha? What's over here? Why don't you be more specific? Well, the rule is that the question. How do we understand the question? The question was on this pasuk over here. Isa Hashem panav elecha. In view of the fact that we have a pasuk that says Hashem is lo yisafonim, the question is on this pasuk over here. Isa Hashem panav elecha. That's the question on this pasuk. How can we have a pasuk like that? So when the first con will be, in other words, the subject matter of our question is this pasuk in Bircas Kohanim. So the first con will be on that pasuk. The first con will be on that pasuk, even though the next pasuk is also called con. The first con is the pasuk that we're dealing with. We're dealing with that pasuk, and we're bringing a pasuk from left field, so to speak. Left field means right from outside the thing.
Expectations.
And we're bringing from outside and asking on this pasuk about it. So the next con will be that pasuk that we're asking from outside. That's the rule, and so therefore the Gemara doesn't need to say which pasuk, because if we know the rules, then we know what the Gemara is saying. Okay, so that's here. As far as Hashem playing favorites, that's Kodem Gezar Din. That's Kodem Gezar Din. That Hashem can be Yisapanim. He could be Yisapanim. Kodem Gezar Din, before the Gezar Din. Kan pasuk that says in Devarim Hashem is not Yisapanim. Lachu Gezar Din. It's after the Gezar Din has been made. Okay, okay, this is what Rabbi Akiva says. Any questions on this, what Rabbi Akiva says? But let's understand what he's saying first. Before the Gezar Din, in other words, we can sort of be shown, see over here, the way he's understanding it doesn't mean favoritism of a Jew as opposed to a non-Jew. It means, in this din, the din should be that the person is going to get the Gezar Din of X, whatever it is, Lo Aleinu, based upon what he's done. But before it's been decreed, before it's been written down, so to speak, in Shemayim, a person can ask for mercy. Hashem, don't throw the book at me. Give me a break. Give me a chance. Be lenient with me.
And the favoritism is that we don't necessarily deserve it.
And we don't deserve it, right? Because the din is that if somebody does that, then that's what happens to him. Okay, that's the Gezar Din. We can ask for Rachmanos. This is by the way, this is the way the Gemara describes tefillah. Boy Rachmei. Many times you'll see in the Gemara, when the Gemara talks about somebody that went to go daven, it says boy Rachmei. He went he needs rachamim. He went to seek rachamim. That's called tefillah because that's primarily what tefillah is. Hashem, we appeal to Hashem to do with us lifnim mishuras adin. That's one of the aspects of tefillah, making requests. Okay, and then Khan, where it says Hashem doesn't show favoritism, Rabbi Akiva says la'afik Gezar Din, after the Gezar Din has been made. So it's already been, let's say it's been, right? It's already been nechtam. It's already been sealed. So then that's it. That's it. No yisafan. That's the din. That's what it means. He doesn't accept anything at that point. Okay. That's what that means. Kohanim, says Rabbi Akiva. Kohanim biyochid.
I don't understand the Kohanim part of it.
Yeah, something seems to be missing over here. But something seems to be missing. Something seems to be missing. Maybe we didn't go far back enough in the Gemara. Yes, we did not go far back enough in the Gemara. The Gemara. See, this is the Gemara in Rosh Hashanah about overturning a Gezar Din. Because we know that that's one of the principles that we say on Rosh Hashanah. Tefillah tshuva tzedakah ma'avirin es roa ha'gzeira. So which gezera was that? It wasn't yet decreed. So that's not our subject matter right now. I'm not going to get into that. That's another subject matter. That's another subject matter. So this what it says over here about Kohanim biyochid. See, because it seems to be coming out, according to Rabbi Akiva, that there's a certain finality to a Gzar Din that even Tshuva can't overturn. So that doesn't seem to be the way that we. There's people. There's other opinions that don't agree with that, and the Gemara says, true, but Rabbi Akiva, in saying what he's saying over here, he's talking about a yachid. And Rabbi Yochanan, who says that we didn't see Rabbi Yochanan, that was further on in the Gemara. I mean, not further on, but previously in the Gemara. He's saying that he's saying that the tshuva of the rabbim will do so. Will overturn a Gzar Din. Which is interesting because we don't. I mean, okay. Okay, and as I say, it's a whole subject over there to get into pieces and all those things. Okay. So I mean, our general view is that when we're davening in Rosh Hashanah, the Gzar Din has not yet been made. Virinus ra gzera, that it shouldn't be decreed. Tshuva tefillah stuff. It's not that it's going to overturn a Gzar Din that it already has been made. Perhaps that would be the way to explain that, because in that case it would talk, even in the case of a Yochid, it would be referring to the first pasuk of Yisa Hashem Pa'avelecha. Because it says, Yisa Hashem Panav Elecha is the Lashon Yachid. Okay, so we did that. Okay, so those are, so we see that these Gemaras, they don't they explain the Psukim in terms of a different way altogether. They don't hit the question head on that we have. Now the Gemara Nida is on Ayin Amid base. Maybe if we have a couple of minutes over here before the end of the shir, we can see a little bit.
I like the old Torah or better. We have to dodge. It's easy to find stuff.
Yeah. Let's see there. Okay, there it is. It's about the 10th line down. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so once again, it really the section that we have to do starts before the quoting of that pasuk that we're interested in. If we go back, let's go back to Shlosha Divrei Agadah.
So it's 6 lines down.
More is going to bring up further up. Yeah. See Shlosha Divrei Agadah?
You got it right?
Okay. Shlosha Divrei Agadah. So these were some of the questions that the people of Alexandria asked. Shlosha Divrei Agadah. Pasuk echad omer ki lo yachpotz b'mos hameis. Pasuk echad omer ki chafetz Hashem lehamisa. Seems to be a contradiction. Hashem does not want the misa of the person. Who's done evil. And another pasuk seems to say Chafetz Hashem lahamisa. Okay, so that's not really relevant to us. So in other words, what's going to happen is that there's the third. Our interest is the third one. Okay, so in any case, the Gemara answers over there. Kan ba'os tshuva, kan ba'einos tshuva. Fine. That's the difference between echos mamos hameis and chafetz Hashem hamisa. Okay, now we go to our Gemara. Pasuk echad omer that kilo yisafon, and then another pasuk says v'lo kach shok. That is the continuation of that pasuk. He doesn't show favoritism and he doesn't take a bribe. Pasuk echad omer, another pasuk says Isa Hashem ponav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Hashem does do, you see, his punning to you and he gives you shalom. He should give you. Okay. Okay, so
it goes like Rabbi Akiva.
So the who's answering over here? Who's the one who's answering these questions?
It seems to be the.
Okay, that's the problem with just reading 2 lines of a Gemara. But in any case, whoever says this, kan kodem gzar din, kan la'achar gzar din.
Like Rabbi Akiva.
That would be like Rabbi Akiva. Right. Okay. Okay, so that's this whole right. That was the second one. That was the second one of the 3, and we answered it fine. That's all it says over there. Okay. Okay, the last one is the Gemara in Bircas, and that will do Ezrat Hashem.